Hello, guys. Hello, and welcome back to Healing and Mastery. And for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Joanne, and this is me reintroducing myself in 2026. And I wanted to start the year with something that basically defines my entire life, which is being the black sheep. And not just the black sheep in the way people like to throw that label around, but really the black sheep in your bloodline. The only one who saw the abuse, the manipulation, the neglect, the addiction, and the patterns from a very young age, even before you had words for it, and even before you knew how to name it. And even though everyone around you was pretending everything was fine, you could feel that something was very wrong, right? And that's why you became the black sheep. Because deep down, you wanted to call out the injustice, you wanted to expose the abuse, you wanted to stop the madness, but you were too young and too scared and powerless, of course. And you had no one to show you how. And that's why survival in a toxic bloodline often looks like, silence, self sabotage, numbing yourself, escaping, destroying yourself quietly while everyone else pretends nothing is wrong. And then they point at you and say, you're the problem. Or what else? Like, you're too dramatic or you're too sensitive and all of that, right? That's actually the fact that you are trying to survive the hell they put you through. The abuse, the violence, the emotional chaos. They made you live through a fire every single fucking day. And somehow they turned it around and make it your fault. Which is insane, right? But also true. And funny if it wasn't so painful, right? Yeah, and oh, by the way, I call it bloodline. I prefer to call it bloodline, not family. Because family means something different. Family has a foundation of love, unconditional fucking love, respect, support, tenderness, care, safety, and all of that. And that's what family is supposed to be. But what most of us grew up with wasn't family, you know? It was a dysfunctional bloodline where survival was the curriculum, violence was the language, and pretending everything is fine was the only skill we were taught. And yes, it's confusing as a kid, right? Because everyone around you is smiling and saying, "Well, we love each other," while quietly destroying each other behind closed doors. And so you grow up feeling like you're the problem because you can feel the chaos instead of pretending it's all fucking normal, you know? And guys, let me just trigger some bloodlines right now for a second because it needs to be said. Okay? So here it is. Some parents never love their children. And yes, that's a fact. Not because they're monsters, but because no one ever taught them how to love. They grew up with unloving parents too. They learn to survive by pretending, by minimizing, by justifying their own pain and calling it discipline or tough love. And instead of healing, they passed it down generation after generation. Like it's normal. And when you couldn't carry it anymore, when your nervous system broke, when your sensitivity wouldn't shut off, when you reacted instead of numbing, they labeled you. They labeled you what? The famous black sheep. Yes, the problem child, the rebel, the wild one, the addict, the alcoholic, the one who never went to college, the one who escaped, the one who made them uncomfortable, and all of that. But, guys, that wasn't you failing, okay? It was them failing, and it was you surviving. And they couldn't handle seeing the one who actually felt everything because their survival depended on pretending nothing existed, you know? And guys, the truth is, being the black sheep is actually a fucking privilege. Yes, because it means you are the only one brave enough to feel when everyone else is numbing. It means you are the only one with the clarity to see the patterns and the courage to eventually break them. It means you are the only one strong enough to confront your own goddamn pain instead of burying it. And yes, it's lonely. And yes, it hurts like hell. Because you will grieve the family you never had. But the reward of being the black sheep is that you get to heal yourself. Yep. You get to heal your nervous system. You get to choose yourself without guilt. You get to build your own soul family. You get to end the generational trauma that no one else even sees or admits. And you get to walk through life unapologetically owning your truth. Because the black sheep doesn't shrink to fit the dysfunction. You know? The black sheep doesn't apologize for existing in a system that tried to destroy them. The black sheep doesn't compromise their soul to make others comfortable, okay? And if you're listening to this and you've felt different your whole life, if you've been called the problem, if you've been punished for being sensitive or for being aware, for surviving, for feeling, or even for simply existing in your truth, I want you to know that you're not broken, okay? You're not crazy, you're not the problem, and actually, you are the only one in your bloodline who is strong enough to see clearly, to feel fully and to break the fucking cycle. And that is not just surviving, guys. That is so fucking powerful. That is sacred and that is your privilege. And so I want you to sit with that, let it sink in, and if you're ready, start choosing yourself, start creating your own space, start healing the nervous system that was never safe. Start loving yourself without apology and stop waiting for anyone in your bloodline to give you permission to be whole. Because they won't. They can't. Okay? It's not your job. It's your legacy that you get to rewrite. Okay? So yeah, choose yourself. Okay? So that's it guys for today. And again, welcome back to Healing and Mastery. So if this episode hit you in the soul, follow the podcast. This because this year we go deeper than ever. We speak louder than ever and we heal harder than ever, okay? We heal louder, guys, okay? Remember? That's it. Be brave and have happy freaking Thursday to you all. I love you all. Mwah.